So apparently, 4 days ago, the Washington Post ran this article about the cancer video, and apparently it has spawned a fresh round of AI suspicion and allegations. So I had heard some other YouTubers talk about this, like I believe Tisa and Murad, the two that I typically would follow because I can't, follow everybody regularly because I'm busy doing my own stuff. But I didn't pick up on it just because I didn't have the time, right? But apparently, this is not going away in the sense that now that in this article by the Washington Post, we're told that while several AI experts were consulted and they said that they did not see any evidence of manipulation, there was one concerning agency that said that there are signs of heavy manipulation. So it says here BBC Studios, a TV production arm of the BBC, has confirmed that it filmed the video of Catherine's message last week at Windsor Castle. That's a weird statement. It filmed the video of Catherine's message, or did it film Catherine giving this message? Because a video of Catherine's message is, she creates her message and then she sends it to the BBC and then they create a video versus a video that was, the BBC was present in the room with Catherine live while she filmed this video. So it's just a weird statement. They filmed the video of Catherine's message. Okay, last week. Maybe I'm grasping at straws. I don't know, but it just seems like a strange way to put it. So they filmed the video of Catherine's message last week at Windsor Castle, and Kensington Palace told the Washington Post that accusations of AI tampering are factually incorrect. That's a weird way to deny that it's AI. I mean, just say that it's not AI. It's factually incorrect. I mean, factually incorrect, but actually correct, perhaps. Factually incorrect, but actually correct. I mean, no, factually inaccurate, but actually correct. I mean, so multiple deep fake forensic experts agreed, saying they examined the video and found no signs of AI manipulation. So that sounds pretty good for Kensington Palace. However, the article goes on that I almost want to say that maybe I imagined it, but I think I did see that the article said that I don't know what the article said here. It says here only one AI expert contacted by the Post offered support for the suspicions. Deep fake detection startup Deep Media, which has contracts with the Pentagon, the US Pentagon, okay? Again, the US Pentagon, I mean, this is serious business. They have serious clients, and so they have a reputation to uphold. I mean, they can't just go around telling the Washington Post nonsense if they want to be taken seriously, right? I mean, with the Pentagon, the US Pentagon, okay, said it found a high likelihood that Catherine's voice and face were manipulated with AI. I mean, I said the US Pentagon, you guys, okay? So, but other experts disagreed. I mean, who do you believe? These other experts or deep fake experts who work with the US Pentagon? I guess you would have to pick your porridge. You have to pick your porridge. But I would say that it would be difficult for me to just say the U.S. Pentagon contractors are crazy or that they don't know what they're talking about. Because if that's the case, then the whole country is in deep trouble when you have the United States government working with a company that doesn't know what they're talking about in their field of expertise. And which is possible. It is possible that they don't know what they're talking about, but I think we would have to at least examine what they're talking about before we dismissed it, just based on their credentials. I mean, they work with the Pentagon. The Pentagon was not going to work with me for deep fake detection because I know absolutely nothing about it, right? They're going to find somebody who knows something about it, especially in the climate and times in which we live. They need to be experts on deep fake at the Pentagon, right? The national security of the United States literally depends on it. So they're going to hire the best of the best, the creme de la creme. And when the creme de la creme is telling you that they found a high likelihood that Catherine's voice and face were manipulated with AI, you kind of just have to sit up in your chair, at least for a few minutes, and reflect on that before you just outright dismiss it, right? Catherine's voice to me was weird. I'm not an expert on AI. I don't know anything about AI. I discovered ChatGPT this year. I'm like, and Bing Images. I use Bing Images and I use ChatGPT. But that was in January of this year, late January. Somebody's like, why don't you just use ChatGPT? And I'm like, what is ChatGPT? So I'm very new to this. I'm not an expert. So I'm not like, take everything I say with a grain of salt. Everything is just my opinion. But it is my opinion that this video of Catherine immediately struck me as weird. I mean, her voice was strange, right? And her demeanor is weird because it was filmed, 2 days before it was released, and it was filmed about a day or two before we saw her at the farm shop. And the demeanor of this woman, it's like, woe is me, I'm so sick, I'm so pathetic, I have cancer, was very different from the demeanor of the bouncing, lively, you know, can't contain her energy type of woman we saw at the farm shop. And that video has been, um, has not been authenticated or verified. But the UK Sun, who paid 200,000 euros or pounds for that video, have since doubled down on the authenticity of that video, and they have said that they conferred with the palace, Kensington Palace, William, before they ran the video. They said it's an authentic video. I mean, let's go back to this video that I did. Did Kensington Palace conspire with Victoria Newton at the Sun to change the narrative? And let's hear what I said then.
Camera phone now, and that's how it happened.
This is Victoria.
For camera phone, and of course I was in discussions with the palace all along with that, and there was no problem with us running those images, and it kind of felt that the nation was desperate to see her. And yeah,
I mean, seriously? Did this woman just sit there and say not only that these photos are real, this is Kate and William, but that she was in talks with the palace the whole time, and the palace was okay with her running these photos of Kate and William. So they're still saying that this is Kate and William, and then they're turning around and saying that that was Kate on that bench. How can both be true? How can both be true? And for anybody who wants to accuse me of being a bad person for asking this question, I ask you, what happened to your own brain? It has been addled. Because if you don't see any discrepancies in this woman's face, this vibrant, healthy, young, robust creature, and the pale, pallid, pathetic, sick person on that bench telling the world that she has been receiving preventative chemotherapy after finding cancer subsequent to an operation for something else, similar to her father-in-law, very bizarrely, you don't find anything strange, then your brain is addled. Because that woman, Victoria, just sat there and told us that she was in talks with the palace and that they okayed this video of William and Kate at the farm. So this is Kate and William at the farm. This is Kate and William at the farm.
That message basically saying leave her alone. But then your paper obtained and I think paid for footage of her out shopping in Windsor with William. And then today you've got 9 pages in your Sunday edition all about the stories. Isn't that a contradiction? I don't think so at all. No, I was really moved the day of the Photoshop fail when the whole world was attacking her. I just thought it was outrageous. This poor woman was clearly ill and was so desperate that she tweaked the photo, minor tweaks, to make it look a little bit better. That's why I did that front page. It was really important. Then change the narrative. A lot of the rest.
Okay, that's where she said it. Change the narrative. That took an hour. That took a whole hour for me to find that. Let's go back a little bit here. What is this here? 453. Let's just go back a little bit. Not too much. After finding cancer, subsequent.
Today you've got 9 pages in your Sunday edition all about the stories. Isn't that a contradiction? I don't think so at all. No, I was really moved the day of the Photoshop fail when the whole world was attacking her. I just thought it was outrageous. This poor woman was clearly ill and was so desperate that she tweaked the photo, minor tweaks, to make it look a little bit better. That's why I did that front page. It was really important. Then change the narrative. A lot of the rest of the media then started saying back off Kate.
Okay, so did you hear what she just said? You know, she changed the narrative and she got the rest of the media to back off Kate. And by back off Kate, she means stop asking Kate and William in Kensington Palace to explain why did they fabricate the photo that was supposed to give an honest and transparent update to the global community, but especially to the UK citizens, about her health and mysterious absence from public view, despite numerous bulletins from Kensington Palace that she was up, she was about, she was hiring people, she was visiting her father-in-law in Sandringham, she was doing this, she was doing that, but there were bizarrely no photo ops, which was very unusual for the royal family and for the Princess of Wales. It says here, Princess Kate seen on video for first time since surgery. This was on March 18th, about a week ago. The Sun exclusively revealed her farm shop outing over the weekend, but no images were published of the trip at that time. It comes after Wild something or the other, and then they proceeded to give us this video, which they have since doubled down on, and they say that this is Kate. And for me, this Kate just did not. It does not jive with the Kate on the bench. It really just doesn't. It just doesn't in any way, facially, energetically, even physically. The height difference between her and William, you know, especially from this angle, you know, just everything. And the fact also that if she was that well, how come at that point she hadn't thanked her well wishers? She hadn't shown us the card she received thanking all the children in England and around the world who were so worried about her and who, you know, wanted her to get well. No, thank you. But here she is literally bouncing with William as if she doesn't have a care in the world. This also came after the AP declared that they were an untrustworthy source and that, you know, they had as much credibility as
I'm speaking to you.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Let me try to get this to stop. They had as much credibility as North Korea and Iran, right? So the body language was just it was just it just didn't make sense, you know? So for me, the reason that I had doubts from the beginning and continue to have nagging doubts is mostly those 2 videos. They just don't line up for me, period, right? Just period. Within the context of where we were and still are. And I found that her voice was weird. And now you're telling me that Pentagon related contractors who are experts in deep fake AI technology are basically confirming that there's a high likelihood that it was manipulated from vocally and also her face. So that's very, very interesting. Now, if that's all true, what in the name does this mean? Why would King Charles, forget William, we know that William cannot be trusted because he's proven that, right? That's what the AI, that's what the Associated Press and the Agence France Presse said weeks ago. Um, if it's true that this is a deep fake, however, what does that mean for King Charles? Because he was the first one to come out and thank her for making this video and diffusing this video to the public. Does he know that it's deep fake? Right? Does he know that it's deep fake? And if it is deep fake, why would they deep fake a photo of Kate at this point, saying that she's getting preventative chemotherapy, making everyone believe she has cancer? I mean, which, the wording is very clever. I mean, whoever did this is not an idiot, but they're not really as clever as they think, because if she's getting preventative chemotherapy, it means that she does not have cancer, right? She's getting this chemotherapy. I can never say this word properly. She's getting this chemotherapy to prevent the occurrence of cancer. That's what preventative means. It's to prevent something from happening. So to make the entire world think, oh, Kate is riddled with cancer, is another level of the deception. It can't be both. She either has cancer and she's getting chemotherapy to remove it, or she doesn't have cancer and she's getting preventative chemotherapy to prevent it, right? To my way of thinking, but I'm not, the most intelligent one in the room or anything, but it just, I have my logical way of thinking. My logic may not line up with yours, so I'm just saying, if you're getting preventative chemotherapy, it means that you're trying to prevent cancer, right? And if you're getting chemotherapy, it means that you already have cancer and now you're trying to get rid of it, right? There's a difference, right? Well, for me, it wasn't even the wording, it was the timing was off. This person, the pale, wan, pallid, no energy, I'm so sick, woe is me woman, did not line up with the woman we saw just a day before at the farm shop. So one of these is a lie, right? One of these is a lie. If this is true, the farm shop was a lie, and then it becomes incumbent on the Sun and Kensington Palace to tell the public that this was not true, that was not Kate. But I believe that the Sun has, they have doubled down and have used that as part of their argument of why all these American stars like Blake Lively and Stephen Colbert and Kim Kardashian should apologize to the Princess of Wales. But it's all a soup of lies. It's a soup of lies, because I don't see how both these people can be the same people within a matter of 24 or 48 hours when this woman is stricken with cancer. And then you tell me it's preventative chemotherapy. So she doesn't even have cancer, and nobody in the global community seems smart enough to put that together. They just all accepted that Kate has cancer. How can you have cancer, but you're getting preventative chemotherapy? It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. Well, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Anyway, I digress. This is really about the Pentagon related contractors who are now saying that there's a high likelihood that this video is a deep fake. Your thoughts?